No, you're fine. I kind of got off too. All right, so what is customer sentiment? How does sentiment analysis work? Well, it can be used to track the mood of a customer base, understand how people feel. So why is that important in cybersecurity? Well, Owen.
Because if it makes you feel too good or too bad, that's when the hacker can.
Yeah. Because what they're doing is they want to manipulate your emotions, create a sense of urgency. They want to somehow bypass that, oh, this looks suspicious part of your brain and jump past your, like your prefrontal cortex and just go to the limbic system and say, oh, let's click that, oh, there's a squirrel, that sort of thing. That's what they're looking for. So I thought sentiment analysis was interesting. So it is an AI neurolinguist. It's an artificial intelligence sort of a thing. And well, there we are. What do you suppose gets fed into the algorithms that are always posting 3D printers to buy in Owen's, what was it, Instagram feed? And he bought one. I bought stuff that I've seen on Facebook just because I thought, oh, yeah, that would.
I know you, when you look up pretty much anything, you suddenly get a whole bunch of ads for
Yep.
things related to that.
Yeah. Is that good or bad?
Probably bad.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing to do.
No.
I think it's devious,
It
but
is devious, yep.
good or bad, I couldn't really say.
Well, I guess, is it a honest business practice? How about that?
Nothing wrong with it, I guess.
Okay. Nothing wrong with it. How about you, Tori? What do you think?
It depends, cause they'll say like it's legit, and then you get into it and it's like, oh,
It's not legit?
no,
So there is some bad information there.
yeah,
There's some actually good ones. I can't remember what the last thing was. I found some sort of a gadget. Like an Arduino kind of thing.
I mean, if they're bringing you more of what you want, that's fine.
Well, Owen
yeah,
has a 3D printer.
I just saw one of their bad business practices though.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
set the
so-
printer to like $420 and then said it was on sale and said $300. So here's that.
Hmm.
That's the bait and switch,
Yeah.
or no, it's not the bait and switch. It's like
That's common though. Everybody does.
everybody
that.
overinflates. Oh, but it's on sale now for $300 when they should have just charged $300.
You know why I
Yeah.
put all the candy and stuff by the registers?
Why?
Because that's when you're likely to buy it.
Because you're standing there. It's an
Waiting in
impulse buy. You're standing there waiting. What other reasons would you buy candy? Impulse?
Yeah, I mean,
Your kids will.
candy's one of those
Yeah.
things where if you
Kids
got it
buy
like in the back of the store, you might get halfway to the registers and think, maybe not.
Oh, but you don't have time to think about it.
Yeah, that's exactly why they leave it there. It's better for impulse buys. You don't
It's
give them much
social
time to think
engineering.
about it.
Yeah, it's social engineering, just like we were talking about. They're manipulating you psychologically so that you buy things. I mean, all stores are set up like that. They've studied how people think and feel. So they're putting stuff in the right places at the right time so that you'll buy things. I mean, everything, Amazon, all this stuff is set up to make us a consumer society. I mean, that's what we are. We're a consumer society. Yeah, Andy.
I heard this story once. A store decides they want to try and like increase their sales of, I think they said it was beer.
Mhm.
So they did this whole big study and analysis to try and find out what people most often buy alongside with beer.
Yep.
It turned out to be diapers. So
There's gotta
wives,
be a reason for that.
wives would send their husbands to the store to get diapers, and while they're there, they also got beer.
Okay.
So they just started stocking them next to each other.
Okay, but that's exactly the same thing. They're doing analysis of what's going on, and they're finding out and they're making it more convenient. They're engineering the purchase, just like you do in social engineering when you're doing cyber. So it's all much of the same stuff.
It's a bit complicated, but I'd say it's fair play.
Yeah, okay. So when you automate it and put it in with a AI, what it does is it takes it apart. It doesn't look at actually the words because an AI can't understand words, but it can understand just like a computer can understand mathematical calculations. So it gets what's called tokenized. So if I say, I like Tori, for example, it doesn't see those words. It splits them into pieces. It takes those words, looks through its database and says, well, most of the time when people do something like this, statistically, it's going to be whatever the answer is when we click it out here.
Positive, yeah.
Yeah,
Anything with a like, I'm pretty sure. comes
excuse me?
out as
Yeah,
positive.
because that's part of the keyword, but it doesn't see that word. It chunks it through as pieces. And then it looks at the mathematical possibilities of everything.
Yeah, it
I want
recognizes
to-
certain words as good or bad and then just counts them
Not,
out.
it doesn't recognize words. It chunks through them in pieces.
Hmm.
It chunks parts of the words and assigns them a mathematical value and makes a calculation. So I think that's what it's called, is chunking. They chunk it apart, so it's not by word, it's by token, that's it. And a token is like a certain length of stuff, so it chops, it may be IWANT space TO space BUY. But that's how it's taken apart everything else. And so it's able to find comparisons and things in it because it doesn't really understand words. Let's see, I want to buy beer. Is that gonna be positive or negative?
It's negative.
Neutral. Yeah, it's subjectivity, oh, there it is. Yep, it's negative. Well, why would that be negative?
Cause you have to
I have no
like
idea. I want, it was the want part of
Maybe
it?
it's not in the tokens, they got enough of the beer that,
Maybe that's it. How about I like vegetables? Veg edibles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's healthy,
it's not much healthy though. It's about 50-50.
yeah.
But that's kind of how Facebook and everybody else analyzes what you're typing in your posts and everything.
Mhm.
They're chunking it apart with AI. And it really isn't words, it's chunks of words that are assigned a mathematical value, and then it calculates and it says, oh, Owen's looking like he's gonna buy a 3D printer. You know, which you ended up with like the best deal I have seen like ever with that 3D printer, so it worked. Was it detrimental to Owen? Not a bit.
No.
No, he ended up with what he wanted, really good deal. But as Tori said, sometimes you can end up with a piece of junk,
Yeah,
so you have to be buyer beware.
do research.
yeah, do your research.
Research.
You can look at the stuff on there to make sure it's legit. but-
Yeah.
And Elegoo is a brand that's been around for a while. They've made
Mhm.
Arduinos and all kinds of stuff, and then they got into resin printers and, they've been doing stuff for a while. But if it's Uncle Joe's used 3D barn, then maybe not so much. But that's how you combat social engineering, is engage your critical thinking. Think about it. Do I really need another case of beer when I've got 7 already at home? Well, the kid is screaming all night and I have to change the poopy diapers, so maybe I do need that much beer. I've never had kids. I have changed poopy diapers though.
Just the story I heard though, so.
No, it's a good one. think I've heard it too, but that's a good, because they're analyzing how people are feeling and thinking and what they do. They're analyzing patterns.
Mhm.
That's what they're looking for, is patterns to increase their sales, and that's social engineering.
Mhm.
Hackers use the same techniques to get into your system. They're waiting for that moment of, oh, we caught him when he wasn't paying attention.
Or they'll get you through Facebook Messenger. That's how they got me and hijacked my Facebook.
Ah,
Everything.
ah.
Start from scratch like you did with the director.
Mhm. Yeah, we had to, I had to wipe out all the servers and reinstall them. Bradley, okay. Anyway, that's the idea of this, is to show what's behind those algorithms. I mean, everybody's heard the word algorithm and how they're using big data to find what we want and make us a consumer society. This is one of the ways they do it automatically. They analyze all your Instagram feeds, and probably they can analyze photographs now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to check through photographs and see what they are, because there's image recognition. All right. Let's stop that guy.